Not today, bros, frauditors, he puts them on the grill. Stop complaining about your massive water bill. Stick the foil up where the sun don't shine. When I'm done with you, your shop will be mine. I'm living life I've taken in the sun. I destroy frauditors, I do it all for fun. I got weapons of mass destruction for you, bud. I got 99 crumbs, but a goat ain't one. But a goat ain't one. I got 99 crumbs, but a goat ain't one.
Today's video takes us to Chicago, Illinois, where we're going to listen to Shady Shade as he talks about the fake judges and how they stole his family home. I tell you what though, man, see, there's only two ways you can really lose your home. If you don't pay the mortgage or you don't pay the property taxes. Yeah, now the insurance, well, that kind of goes along with everything. It's all bundled into the mortgage. But if for some reason you don't want to pay your taxes and you dispute them, yeah, it's going to be a problem. Then if you just don't want to pay the mortgage at all, that's going to be a problem. And that's what happened to Georgie Boy. He just decided he didn't want to pay. If you don't pay, they come, and in this country it's known as a foreclosure. Yeah, Goat Boy. I guess they don't have foreclosures in Gaza. They just live in mud huts over by the water. Is that what it is? Yeah, that's a little dramatic, but I'm trying to make a point here. You come to America, you gotta pay for what you want, man. That's how it works, Esquire. Wait, let's all sit back, watch out, get up, and most of all, enjoy Georgie Boy.
So now check this out, guys. Check this out. And I wish that people are inspired to stand up for their rights so they don't have to go through this situation. But at the end of the day, hey, sometimes we have to take embarrassment to, in the end, call the pigs out for who they are and expose the fuck out of them, right? Now, let me show you this. A pig is somebody who would come bang the fucking door down and try to pull you out of your house. The same thing that the pigs are doing, the Zionist pigs, genocidal lunatics, are doing according to the International Court of Justice, right? Zionism is not a religion. It's a fake political agenda, not to get it confused with a religion.
All right, so that was a brief recap from yesterday. Let's get into today's video, and we're going to listen to Goat Boy once again explain how the dirty government, the pigs, have stolen his house from him. It could be that you just didn't pay the taxes and you didn't pay the mortgage. Is that what the problem was? He got a tax bill and he thought it was a little bit too high, so he wanted to contest the tax bill, and in the meantime just didn't pay the tax bill. Matter of fact, didn't make a house payment at all the entire time. Yeah, that's going to be a problem, Georgie Boy.
He did not place a copy on his original as an exhibit. There's no exhibits. He only presented the deed 10 minutes before I got a chance to look at it when we had trial. That's not fair according to court law. What are they saying? They only give me 10 minutes to examine this? No, he was to put this deed on his initial pleading at that time, so it'll give me a chance to rebut. I'm telling you why. I'm telling you guys why this attorney did not put the deed as a written instrument at the beginning, is because he was circumventing. He did not want to take his client through quiet title action, which that means I will scrutinize the fuck out of everything that they claim. Instead, he did a fast one. Usually evictions are quick and they just run them out. It usually 90. I'm not supposed to be in an eviction category.
Let's make sure we're on the same page here, good people. Goat Boy broke into a home that had been foreclosed on previously. He thought it was still his. So he squatted in the home for over 1 year. But the new owner didn't find out about it until probably a couple months had gone by. And he went there and he found GoatBoy living in there. He called the police, but the police can't do anything about that because that's a civil matter. Police handle criminal matters. So the new owner had to take GoatBoy to court to have him legally evicted. Now what GoatBoy is going to explain next is trying to make GoatBoy seem as though the house was stolen from him. Oh yeah, I wasn't the tenant. That wasn't my landlord. No, you weren't a tenant. No, that wasn't your landlord. You squatted in the house for over a year, illegally. And now you're trying to make it seem like somebody stole the house from you. You're so bloody stupid. You're so bloody stupid. Why don't you go back to wherever it is you came from? How about that?
Eviction are for landlord-tenant people, you know, stories where there's a landlord-tenant situation. He claimed in his paperwork there's no lease. He put an affidavit of no lease. The dude was never my landlord. I was never his tenant. Right? And yet, if this attorney did take it through the right way, quiet title, he would have been scrutinized and he would have never stepped foot in my property because I would have exposed him for his fraudulent deeds and fraudulent titles. With that being said, overall, like I said, the judge did wrong. The attorney did wrong. The real estate agent who sold the property to the alleged purchaser did wrong. The only way I would call the alleged purchaser in the wrong is by hiring a dumb fucking attorney.
So everybody's wrong except for Georgie Boy. Let's see now. The attorney's wrong, the title company's wrong, the court's wrong. Everybody's wrong. How could that many people be wrong and Georgie Boy be right? Well, I tell you, man, that's for the courts to decide again with this $2 million lawsuit. And who's he suing? The sheriff. Of all people, he wants to sue the sheriff's department in Chicago. I don't know, man. I just don't think you're suing the right person. But look, I'm not a YouTube law attorney. I don't know anything.
In his mind, he's probably happy. The attorney executed the eviction. They removed me illegally from the property. In his mind, he thinks he's fine. But what I'm saying is, man, I'm telling you, some of these satanic employees, some of these wicked fucking people that have no backbone, they have no integrity, they will violate their constitutional oath. They don't give a fuck. But like I said, this is a big story. When I release the documentary, if I ever do, it's going to show you guys faces. It's going to show you guys documents. I'm going to get in depth. It's probably going to have to be a 4 or 5 hour documentary. I don't know how long it's going to take. But beyond the documentary, I'm still in the courts right now. I'm still battling this right now. I'm still trying to gain access back to my property. Because not only all this happened, I also had an active bankruptcy protection with exempt property and affidavit of domiciliary intent.
Now, did you hear that, good people? He says, if and when I do make a documentary, I probably won't make it. Yeah, it'll be 4 or 5 hours. Well, I hope he does make that documentary, because just imagine a 4 or 5 hour upload by GoatBoy. Imagine how many videos I could make from that. That's like a half a year of videos, huh? Yeah, what about this Alpha David? What about this Alpha David? Yeah, the Alpha David. What the hell is an Alpha David anyway, man? He's trying to say affidavits. Yeah, A-F-F-A-D-A-V-I-T, affidavit. Yeah, but he just can't pronounce that word. Yeah. Anyway, good people, he's out of his mind, right? He's just trying to make himself look good. Yeah, I didn't get my house repossessed. No, they didn't foreclose on my house. No, it's all a big mistake. No.
So the bankruptcy was supposed to have an automatic stay. The sheriffs were never supposed to come and break the door down. I had protection from the bankruptcy. So guess what? The bankruptcy judge She heard the case, and she made some misrepresenting claims. The bankruptcy judge, a totally different judge, federal judge, goes and calls the attorney ex parte. Here's another judge doing ex parte behind my back and tells him to appear on Zoom. I don't want to keep talking about this, guys. You guys are not going to understand it until I put a documentary out. But what I'm telling you is this: there's a key word here. It's irregularities. Irregularities. And this is something that you guys are going to see throughout your entire life if you do business with government, is that there's so many irregularities.
Now, I agree here. Normally, a bankruptcy proceeding will protect your assets until the debts are discharged. Then, if you have some secured debt, you have to reaffirm that debt or you will forfeit it. Now, the problem with GoatBoy is that the home had already been foreclosed upon at the time he filed the bankruptcy. So the bankruptcy can't go back in time and grandfather that in. It doesn't work like that. No, no, no. You have to file the bankruptcy before the foreclosure is filed. So, with that said, you have no bankruptcy protection, you dipshit. I just want to know what happened to all those baby goats, those poor little goats roaming around the streets of Chicago with no home.
Things that are irregular. Since the beginning of these cases till now, there has been so many irregularities that raise question, raise concern, and gives you the opportunity to do more research. This is sad, man. It's a sad day. It is. But I'm still have high spirit, high hope. What type of bankruptcy do you think this is? Right? See, that's the amazing thing. People would put one sentence instead of actually reading the court docket. What would anybody with rationale believe? Somebody saying a sentence in a comment section, or actually going attempting to locate these records and reading them right off the government website, right off the court paperwork? You should keep that court document there. It pretty much proves you were lying about everything that you said here. So now, which court docket are you referring to? And what part do you claim I was lying about?
The entire story is made up, GoatBoy, but this is what happens. Karma catches up to you. Karma is the mother of all mother effers. I'm going to tell you, man. You tried to get me evicted out of my home, and look what happens to you. You get evicted out of your home. Right. This is perfect, man. I couldn't have asked for a better Christmas gift. Christmas came early this year. Matter of fact, it was Christmas in July, wasn't it? Yeah, he's just trying to save face in front of his viewers. Yeah, I got kicked out of my home, but the government did it to me. It was the government. Yeah, maybe we should call ICE. Hey, ICE is in Chicago now, aren't they? Yeah, that's right. They're in Chicago. Better be careful, Georgie boy.
Sure, yes, I will show the documents at the right time, because this is going to take me 5 hours to show documents, evidence, everything. You know, everything. I got to do it all. But you see how we got to deal with cowards like that? They make no sense, and that's what's wrong with the world. That's what's wrong with the majority of the population of the people in this world, is that people are so far gone. They will suck good dick. They'll suck good dick from the government, right? But when it comes time to actually prove something, they don't have no leg to stand on. So like I said, some bad government actors, they will kill you. Even though they will think you're in the wrong, but in the end, when justice is served, they will actually find out that they were the ones who's wrong. A heavy jail sentence. Well, this should be the same thing with judges who deprive people out of their houses. Judges, when we say judges, we're talking about judges from circuit court who cannot even adjudicate federal questions, constitutional questions. These little fake judges, you know?
A fake judge? What do you mean, a fake judge? If you're a judge, you're a judge, man. What the hell? Yeah, how about a fake goat herder? How about a goat herder who lives in Chicago and pretends to be a Gazan goat herder? Yeah, what about that? Yeah, that's the question of the day. Let's answer that question.
It's fucking crazy. Administrative judge. No, there's nothing fake about an administrative judge. But they can't be no real judge to adjudicate your constitutional right. So it makes them, if they do something fraudulent, that means that's a fake judge, right? If they do something that they uphold and honor the Constitution, that's a righteous judge. That's an honorable judge. But they should not give the name of a judge, honorable judge, if the judge is not acting honorable. But then again, look what happens. Here I got my rights violated. You know, I got my house took from me. And I've been battling this for such a long time in the courts. And the courts just proved to me that they will provide corruption with no problem, no consequences, they think. That the story just goes under the rug.
Yeah, wish we could sweep GoatBoy under the rug, don't you, good people? He is so stupid. And why would it take you 2 hours to explain why you lost your home? I mean, what if you think about it, it should take about 5 minutes or less, right? Yeah, well, you know, man, I didn't pay for the thing and they came and took it. What can I tell you? Yeah, end of story. No, you want to draw it out and make it seem as though you've been wronged, that your constitutional rights have been violated. I got news for you, man. Only people who were born here in America have constitutional rights. That's how it works, man. I'm still worried about those poor little goats, though. That's who I'm worried about. You know, I'm an animal lover. I don't want to see harm come to any innocent animal. You, I don't care about. The goats, what I care about. Yeah, poor little goats are in goat jail now from the goat apocalypse. Yeah, you can't subpoena my goats. These are my baby goats. I brought them from Kazakhstan. Yeah, well, hey, let's end this video with 5 minutes of GoatBoy being a 40 fool. Roll that clip.
An ordinances book. Yep, that's correct. Come again. Is there any reason why these officers are here?
I got permission.
Sir, you cannot film in here.
Because the information you're providing is unlawful.
I don't want you
can't film it.
Call the sheriff. I have permission.
You can't-
I don't
no, you
want
don't
you to
have
film. Don't
permission,
get close to
and
me.
that's all.
You want to go that route? What is the reason for calling the officers here? I want to know what your job title is to see if you're able to assist.
Who are you?
Who am I? Who's the one who called the officers in the first place? Because this may become a legal suit now. This is transparency. I'm conducting an audit. While I wait for the clerk to show me the statute about freedom of information, I need to do an inspection on the town, city, zoning and ordinances book.
I have permission. I have permission. I have permission to film here, sir.
Ma'am, please ask your superior before disrespecting somebody of the public. Where's the water department for this town?
Don't yell. I'm talking to you softly. Why are you yelling at me?
Sir, please stop recording me.
Okay, I need to do an
Please,
inspection.
I understand that. Please stop recording me right now. You do not have my permission to record me.
Okay, is your facility open to the public?
Not currently.
Not currently, okay. Okay, can you comply with my request? Where's your water department? Ma'am, you're totally wrong. This will become a legal matter if you choose to go this route. Should I go over FOIA law with you?
No, I don't need to do that.
Show me the statute.
Sir?
Can you show me the statute?
Sir.
Who are you? Wait,
What do you mean, who am I?
who are you with?
What do you mean? I have the right to record, ma'am. I have permission here with me. I'll be waiting for the statute. Thank you. I'll be waiting for the book, sir. Ma'am, this is going to turn out a legal matter.
Okay, sir,
This is
we're
going to
done.
become a legal matter. Please comply. Pass. I got a pass. Along with an inspection on the zoning and town zoning and ordinances book.
I'm going to be conducting some business here. I'm going to be recording it.
Ma'am, it's up to you, ma'am. There may be a suit in the court of law for non-compliance. What do you mean who I'm with, ma'am?
I don't know what you want.
I don't know why you're giving me a hard time or a bad
don't know.
attitude. In order to do an inspection on a book readily available. Hi, ma'am. What's your first name?
How can I help you, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Can you tell me what's your first name?
Who are you?
The budget book, ma'am. I need to
I
do.
don't have, if you want to have a seat, I'll ask.
Sure, that's fine. Ma'am, I have permission to film. I have permission.
I have permission here. Well, you see, the thing is, my good man.
Anyhow, compliance is the key, folks.
Where does it state that?
Ma'am, I need stamped copies of these FOIA here.
Can I help you?
Yeah, sure, possibly.
I'm acting as press, ma'am. First Amendment.
And I also have permission here with me.
Okay, ma'am, you also have to abide by 2635.101 basic obligations of public service.
Sir, I'm abiding by the statutes. It does not require a name in order to obtain record.
Okay, well, you're talking unlawful. You're talking incorrect. That is not true what you just stated.
Come again?
Very rude.
I'm not rude. It all shows on camera. You're the one who's rude.
Well, anyhow,
No one really cares.
no one really cares.
An inspection, if I wanted to take digital photocopies.
No, you cannot.
Absolutely, I can,
No,
ma'am.
you cannot.
Please comply with the law. Are you refusing service? Just tell me you're refusing service. Hand me over your business card and you will be hearing from my lawyer. If you go ahead and record, that means you're creating a public record and you cannot delete that off your personal phone. Your personal phone becomes a public record.
That's fine. I'll record it.
Okay, well, sir, there's options to conduct business in person. You can't refer everybody to online. I'm not going to refuse my identification. However, I have not committed any crime. You cannot articulate that I have broken a law. Here's what I will tell you. Ma'am, there's no expectation of privacy in public.
You could just call me sir.
I'd like to file a police report of non-compliance about a employee that works here. Sir, I don't answer any questions.
You don't respect me. Why would
So therefore, I'm not obligated to provide any identification in this matter.
you talk about my wife? What does my wife have to do with anything?
No, I'm not providing an address, ma'am. I'm doing a general inspection.
What does my wife? Why put up a picture and say that's my wife of a goat?
Not in my uniform, however, I do have my clipboard with me. That is not lawful, what you told me.
We're gonna have a ball at your cemetery. We're gonna bring you a rose, okay? We're gonna bring you a rose and we're gonna say you were dishonorable. He's attached to the affidavit too. He's part of the enterprise. You drew first blood. Just like you do with all these auditors, you draw first blood. In the next 3 days, I'm going to have a criminal enterprise community section, and it's going to be real well detailed. I got an attorney that's helping me draft it up and write it up. Scumbag. You're just a plain scumbag, man. You want to say why I'm upset and stuff. We're going to prove that you are breaking U.S. code. If I really wanted to be petty, I would take you to court.